Up next is the tip of the week. This is when we show you a trick or two on how to use a certain feature on your phone or within a given app. And now for this week's episode, here's your tip of the week.
And we close this week's episode with a tip of the week. And Warren is going to show you how to enable the auto-filling of SMS codes, which will be particularly useful in those situations where you need one to log into an app or website.
Hi, Warren here for Blind Android Users Podcast. And for episode 175 tip of the week, today I'll show you how to go about enabling autofill of SMS. In other words, although we have some authenticators such as a Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, and all of that, but now and then there are some things that needs SMS verification, and that's what we're talking about here today. In other words, to allow this thing to be automatically filled in for you so you don't have to go looking for it and find a tab to copy and all of that. I'll be demonstrating this on a couple devices, on a Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus and then on my Pixel 8 Pro. The first step on a Samsung device is to go to your system settings, and then what we want to do is to find and tap on General Management. I am already in the system settings, and next I'm going to tap on General Management.
General Management, Language and Keyboard, Date and Time, 23 of 28.
Let's go ahead and tap on this.
General Management, Navigate Up, button, out of list.
The next thing we want to do here is to scroll down and find and tap on Passkeys, Autofill, etc., etc.
Passwords, Passkeys, and Autofill, 10 of 15.
That's what we want. Go ahead and tap here.
Passwords, Passkeys, and Autofill, 10 of 15. Passwords, Passkeys, and Autofill. Navigate Up, button, out of list.
Now that we have tapped on Autofill and passwords, here's the explanation that we get.
Passkeys are encrypted digital keys that let you sign into apps and websites using biometrics or your screen lock. Autofill adds info like addresses, passwords, and credit card numbers into form fields automatically. 1 of 10, in list, 10 items.
That's the explanation of autofill. The next item we want to tap on is below here, and that simply says Preferred Service, and mine is going to say Google because I have chosen Google in the past. And so here,
Preferred Service, Google, 3 of 10.
And if you didn't have any, it will say none. So go ahead and tap.
Preferred Service, Navigate Up, button, out of list.
Now that we have tapped on Preferred Service, we are on this screen that says
Set a preferred service for saving and entering passwords, passkeys, and autofill information. 1 of 6, in list, 6 items.
And below here, you'll find all those services that have autofill capabilities and the likes of
Not selected, radio button, Samsung Pass, 2 of 6.
Next.
Not selected, radio button, Edge, 3 of 6. Not selected, radio button, Firefox, 4. Selected, radio button, Google, 5 of 6.
Mine says Google is selected because that's the one that I chose. Now that you've selected your preferred one, we need to go back. And we go back to the system settings. So I'm going to go back.
Passwords, passkeys, and autofill.
And hit back
Preferred
again.
General Management, Passwords, passkeys, and autofill, 10 of 15, in list, 15 items.
Let's go back again.
Settings, General Management, Language and Keyboard, Date and Time, 23 of 28, in list, 28 items.
We are then back in the main system settings. The next thing we want to do here is to scroll down and find and tap on Google.
Google, Google Services, 18 of 28.
Here we got Google Services. Let's go ahead and tap.
Google Account, Google, out of list.
The next item we want to find and tap here would be Autofill.
Autofill, 4 of 12.
Go ahead and tap.
Autofill with Google, 1 of 3, in list, 3 items.
Upon tapping on that, we're now on the screen now where we could choose the SMS. We have 3 items on this screen. We've got
Autofill with Google, 1 of 3, Enlist,
The
3
second
items.
one will be,
Phone number sharing, 2 of 3.
and the last item here, and that's the one we want, has to do with SMS.
SMS verification codes, 3 of 3.
Upon hearing SMS verification codes, we need to tab.
SMS verification codes. Navigate up, button, out of list. Autofill service. Allow autofill service to enter verification codes from text messages, off, switch, 1 of 2.
And this is off. If you would like, just tap that and it turns it on. And the last item here will have to do with your browser.
Default browser. Allow default browser to enter verification codes from text messages, off, switch, 2 of 2.
And that's it if you're using a Samsung phone. Next, let's turn on to the Pixel phone. I already am in the system settings of my Pixel 8 Pro, and what we're looking for here is an item that simply says
Passwords and accounts, save passwords, autofill, sync accounts, 14 of 19.
Let's go ahead and tap on this.
Passwords and accounts. Navigate up, button, out of list.
On this screen, what we're looking for is an item that says
Google, Google Password Manager, Google Pay, Google Wallet, 2 of 15.
and to the right of that is the settings.
Settings, button.
We go ahead and tap here.
Passwords, passkeys, and data services. Navigate up, button, out of list.
Now we are on a screen where we would choose the autofill service that we would like. In other words, just like we saw earlier on the Samsung device, we need to choose either it's Google, Firefox, Microsoft, Dashlane, or whatever services that you have that have autofill capabilities. Here's the example of what I'm talking about.
Passwords, passkeys, and data services. Radio button, not selected, none, 1 of 7, in list. Radio button, not selected, Authenticator, 2. Radio button, not selected, Dashlane, 3. Radio button, not selected, Edge, 4 of 7. Radio button, selected, Google, Google.
You got the drift. Now choose what you want, and then we need to go back.
Passwords and accounts. Settings, button, 2 of 15, in list, 15 items.
And we go back again.
Settings. Passwords and accounts, save passwords, autofill, sync accounts, 14 of 19, in list, 19 items.
We are back in the main system settings, and just like the previous device, the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, what we're looking for is to find and tap on an item that says Google.
Google, services and preferences, 16 of 19.
Here's Google, services and preferences. Go ahead and tap.
Google account. Google. Showing item 1 of 1.
On this page, though, we've got a couple tabs. We've got a recommended tabs and all services.
Recommended, tab, selected, 1 of 2.
By default, the recommended is selected. That's not what we want. What we want is the one to the right of that, and that one will simply say all services.
All services, tab, 2 of 2.
Let's go ahead and tap here.
All services. Selected. Page 2 of 2.
And now that we have tapped on all services, the next item here in this tab that we want to tap on will be the autofill.
Autofill, 3 of 15.
Go ahead and tap.
Autofill, out of list. Showing items 1 to 3 of 3.
And we're on that same kind of page that we saw earlier on the Samsung Galaxy. And what we're looking for here is the item that says SMS. But you've got 3 items, and here are the items that I'm talking about.
Autofill with Google, 1 of 3, in list, 3 items.
Next.
Phone number sharing, 2 of 3.
And the last item.
SMS verification codes, 3 of 3.
SMS verification codes. That's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and tap.
SMS verification codes. Navigate up, button, out of list.
And on this page, just like on the other device, we've got the 2 switches on the right edge of the phone. We've got
Autofill service. Allow autofill service to enter verification codes from text messages. Switch, off, 1 of 2.
and All you need to do is just tap on that to turn it on. And the one below that, of course, is the one that has to do with browsers.
Default browser. Allow default browser to enter verification codes from text messages. Switch off 2 of 2.
And that's it. That's how you go about enabling the autofill service when you get an SMS containing a code to fill in an app or on a banking app or whatever app it is that you are using. All good things must end. Thus, it's curtain drawing time, bringing us to the close of this week's episode. Coming up, though, we give you information on how to get hold of us.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. Austin, how can people get in touch with us?
To contact us, you can send an email to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. You can join our mailing list by sending an email to Blind Android Users Plus subscribe at groups.io. You can join our Telegram, Facebook, Discord, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The links for everything will be at the bottom of the show notes and also in the video description of the YouTube channel. And also the links are in the websites panel of the YouTube channels.
Well, that brings us to the end of episode 175. Thank you very much for listening to us. Say bye-bye to the nice people.
Bye, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in.
Goodbye. Have a great week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. Until we see you next week, don't forget to leave us your comments and suggestions via our email contact or using any of our social media sites. Have a great week.